everyone, welcome back to Motion RC, episode 45, November 5th, 2020. Craziness, I can't believe it's already November, and this year's been crazy, let's all be honest. But thank you so much for joining us. As usual, see a bunch of chats. It's always tough for me to be chatting 5 minutes before because I gotta hide my laptop. I got you guys on the screen, so I'm sort of just checking out, reading, but want to welcome people here. I see somebody brand new, looks like, to the hobby, Dracula. Yeah, man, check out Motion RC. We got a ton of stuff for beginners, and some of the stuff you see before you are, if you check our airplanes coming soon section, we'll get into them. These aircraft are not new per se, but they're new for us. These are the ZOHD or Zod. I have the Dart XL and I have the Drift in front of me, and we got about 6 other aircrafts from ZOHD that we're going to be getting in. So I'm excited to I've flown these two now, but I'm going to be getting the other ones in, and it's fun to get back into FPV a little bit. So, you know, it's really 43. Did I say episode 45? I meant episode 43, I believe. But either way, you know, it's exciting to get into these. FPV's always fun. We had a good time the other day. This has been a busy week, and you see on the side, we went out, we went for some sailing, we went for some little bit of everything. We did some boating, we did cars, FPV, flying some jets. So yesterday, I got the Venom out. I know people here had asked, you know, hey, can you fly the high-performance Venom? So I just took the one I already had, and I pulled the same unit, comes in the new F-18, you know, the high-performance F-18 that I had. So I just plopped that into the Venom, and she was awesome. And I also took the F-86 coming out. I grabbed a high-performance fan, the same one that it'll come with, dropped it in my F-86. We flew that around. Now, that one, that was tough for me to gauge. It's been a while since I had flown the F-86. I've flown the Venom more recently, so you can definitely tell. I don't know if I heard any difference in the sound, but it seemed to have endless vertical with the high performance version. And I noticed that based on where I had my battery, my timer for my Venom, I had it. I believe I always had it at 3 minutes on useful throttle time. Like, I was landing and I find I was getting a little more efficiency out of the battery, but you know, I would say 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. All depends on your throttle usage on that flight. Not every flight is going to be the same, you know? But one thing I love about that Venom, man, she just glides so easily, and the sound is unbelievable. So, some people have some ZOHD stuff. Yeah, and, you know, we had, if you notice, when we came out with our FPV, we have our X-Wave goggle sets. They will come with the... You could get a set that comes with the ZOHD Micro VTX combo. So it's a camera VTX combo, which is what the Drift is for. And we'll show some footage on this in a little bit. But, you know, and then the Dart, that set isn't really going to fit the Dart. The Dart's going to be more for a standard separate camera, separate VTX. But it's really amazing the amount of space they fit in these aircraft. And it's a nice, stable platform. And I think I saw it hanging in GB Linden's hangar the other night. He had it up there, and he called it the Star Wars plane, and now that you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's a Star Wars plane, no doubt. It's really, really cool. So, obviously, guys, the Gripen finally is shipping in the United States, and I think, I don't know if the Gripen started shipping in the EU. It came in the EU first, but I don't know if it was last week, if we even talked about it last week. No, it was, it would have been... I think it maybe arrived Saturday or something, or maybe it ended right after the show. But I know a lot of our European friends, Air Guardian, you just saw, he got out there. He's there in the chat. Definitely give him a follow and subscribe. Any videos that you see pop up here, I always try to put, you know, I want you guys to go there, see how he finishes his flights. And knowing Air Guardian, he will release a ton of videos on this model going forward. So he'll take it through its paces, and, you know, and he'll probably get a better day to fly it on as well, hopefully soon. But I don't know what the weather's like where you're at, Air Guardian, but it's looked windy and it looked chilly. And we're starting to get that a little bit here too. But in our YouTube tour, we do have a couple other videos. I know Frode, I don't know if he's in here, RC Tommy, and Jan. I think you guys are all together. Am I wrong about that? Because I saw a couple flights pop up. And a couple Gripen flights that looked like Frode flying, but one was on his channel, one was on RC Tommy's channel. Then Jan popped up on Frode's channel. Like, You guys are all just mixing stuff. George Watts, I answered that. And Hobby Squawk, you could go read it. The TV units are probably, I don't have a firm ETA on the Gripen TV units. I'm going to say, I'm just going to have to say something like December is when it's expected. Again, whenever an aircraft gets announced, when you see me here with the new aircraft, like the day I had the Gripen, that means they're already packaged up and already out of the warehouse, whether they're on the water yet or not, but that means the containers are packed and they've left Freewing. That's when I get the okay. That's when we say, all right, it's time for either pre-order or announcement, what have you. If you go back to that live show, what was it, 8 weeks ago now, or 7 weeks ago probably, we did the live show on the Gripen. I didn't have the TV unit yet there, so they weren't ready. And if you remember, Alpha was on that show. He was still, I think at that point, they were still debating if it was going to be an entire molded piece, or if it was going to be a 3DP type setup. So then it was only about 3 weeks thereafter that I ended up, they air freighted me what would be the TV setup. I have it hanging above me, the Gripen with the TV on it. But, you know, it looks like this with the 2 servos in. You could go back to those there. So I'm assuming, you know, they only started getting produced a little later. So if it was 3 weeks till I got air freighted one, I would give it a little time before they get in. But I saw you say you did not want to assemble it until the TV units come out. And I'm telling you, the TV unit one I have above me. What I did to install that, and Justin Lamb, if you remember, he was here. We put that one together the night before we went out and flew, and you saw the video where I was flying the stock one, he was flying the TV one. When we did it, I posted this on Squawk too, but these gold markers, I just dropped foam tack that comes with it, either the King Boxer or your Beacon foam tack. I dropped it in those 5 locations, and I slipped it in. The beauty about this tailpiece, A, it's light, but it also gets screwed into the vertical stab. You've got the support from the carbon. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, he was flying the TV unit, which actually would be a heavier version of this, and that's how it's flown. Like, I can slip a hobby knife. I told him in case I wanted to ever remove the, in case I ever wanted to remove that back section and put this one back on, you can do it rather easily. So I can easily fit a hobby knife through there, cut out the foam tacking. You know, foam tack will just peel right off the foam once you get in there, and you could pull this right out and then pop the TV unit on later. I wouldn't hold out. I think you get plenty of enjoyment out of it even without the TV. So it shouldn't be that hard to get out. I don't think you'll damage it in any way, shape, or form. Just don't, you know, what I recommend is just obviously don't put glue on the spars. Don't put glue on this little lip anywhere where you can't get a knife behind it. Most of the rest of the section are all flat. So you just pop it in there, hobby knife right through, and you're going to be good to go. So that'll do it. Either way, guys, I'm so excited that this weekend we'll probably be seeing more videos on the Gripen, finally, from the guys in the States. And, you know, in a little bit, when we do our YouTube tour, you'll see a couple more videos if you hadn't seen them there already. There he is. Frode is here, and Tommy. Jan, yeah, you guys are all flying together, and Frode, you got to see his landing. It was his maiden. And, you know, actually, Frode, you got to let me know. On RC Tommy's channel, he posted it was your maiden. And then on your channel, you posted it was your maiden, but they look like 2 different flights. I was going to sync them. They were 2 different cameras. I was going to try to sync them together and then go back and forth between them, but it was definitely 2 different flights. So I don't know if you had 2 different maidens, or did you maiden a second Gripen? Was it like, you know, I don't know, something fishy going on there. One of them was a maiden. One of them, you know, obviously wasn't. But, but either way, like, I tried to sync them up. I was like, oh, this will be cool. Combine channels, combine forces, and let me do what we do, some editing. So either way, though, the flight was great and, you know, a great maiden. And once you explore, like we did with the Gripen, once you start exploring, get more comfortable like everything else, she's a lot of fun.
The truth comes out.
She's 100%.
The one on Tommy's channel was the actual maiden.
The one, okay, so the one we'll see is the actual, okay, all right, fair enough. That's really funny. So guys, ZOHD aircraft. So maybe you play the video going through the website. Well, I think I have a website, ZOHD. It's me. Did you not pull it in?
No, I don't think so.
Well, if you go into if you go to the airplane section and check the coming soon, you will see all the models that are going to be coming. And again, a lot of these models have been out already, but they'll be new for us. But one of them in particular I'm excited about is the AR wing, which is a black wing. I believe this is the Talon. Can you tell me which is which? See, Now you put them in these. We tried a new slideshow thing, and it eliminates the names of everything. I haven't been able to remember the names, but they're all different FPV options. As far as wings, they're all EPO foam. ZOHD, from what I've seen so far, they make some really good stuff. So GB, yeah, you help me out. You're into it. This is the Sky Hunter. I remember the Sky Hunter. Whoa, you're flying through these. Can you go back a second?
Yeah.
You went Sky Hunter. So Sky Hunter is the twin boom. It's like the Venom, if you will, of the or the Predator drone.
This guy?
Well, the twin boom Predator drone. Nope, one more over. Just the one that you were there. Nope, you're going that one. That's the Sky Hunter. Yes. And look, like the whole bottom of it comes out. Wow, you're killing me. Now we're on to something else.
Huh?
That's not the Sky Hunter. Keep going where you were. No. That's the Talon. That's the Dart. So this is a different version of the Dart. Wow, they got all mixed together. Let's not use this feature next time.
Right.
This is rough. But either way, guys, they're all on our coming soon section, and this is GB. You keep calling them out for us. But either way, guys, definitely worth checking out. If you're into FPV, start checking these things out. I assume they're going to be getting here. They're coming soon, so 6-8 weeks out. They're on their way, if you will. And they're great platforms. From what I've flown with these two here, this is the one I'm excited about. This is the AR wing. It looks like the stealth bomber. Go to the next one. So all of these are on their way to me. So I will have, assembly videos. We'll take them out for flying videos. We got out with these two that we'll show you in a little bit. But this one looks really, really mean. So I'm excited for this one. I always love flying wings. I don't know about you guys, but I like wings, whether it's a jet wing, like I remember the old Neptune is great. The Lippish is a great EDF wing. But then just a standard wing. Now, obviously, I don't think these are made to fly really with... Obviously, you could fly them without FPV, but I don't see the point because they're built for FPV purposes. But what I like a lot, especially with this Dart XL and maybe GB, you could try it too, man. It seems like the great platform for chase footage of other planes. And then we're also going to have the KO pilot. This is... the autopilot system is coming as well. So I know a lot of guys, if you're into that, these are the type of aircraft that you set this up and, you pick points and let your aircraft fly on its own. Now, I don't know if that's for me. I kind of like being behind the sticks, but I remember we did this a long time ago, and it is pretty amazing when you drop points on a GPS and, the aircraft will go. I can't think of a practical reason unless I had a business job that I would need to do that for or something. Like if I was zoning property or something, maybe. But, either way, it's there. It's a great option. FPV is an awesome aspect of the hobby, and we're excited to do, to get this kind of stuff in. So KO Pilot, again, it's something coming. I'm not fully versed in exactly what it is. But on the right side, that's the VC400. That's the camera I have here in front of me. So if you want to come back to me, on the Drift. So the Drift is about the smallest one we got. And this one seemed like it was a perfect type of beginner plane. Easy to hand launch. It can be 2S or 3S. They give you a 3-bladed prop that comes in the box with it. And what I like, again, as I said, a lot of these are dedicated FPV platforms. Like they give you your balance tab, but then they also have a JST routed in so that you can easily plug in the VTX combo. So the VC, let me pop it out. Like I didn't even glue it in. It fits perfectly. Like you can see it's molded. This one is molded for this set. So this is the VTX camera combo. It slips right in, and they even molded out the little part for your aerial to like slot in, and then you could just plug it in directly. It's the most drag and drop option I've seen in FPV in a long time. So it's pretty awesome that you just grab this, grab that, grab yourself a pair of goggles, and you could be FPVing. And then what I love about a lot of these, what you'll see in a second, is they give you a lot of options for mounting. I mean, FPV is the type of thing where you're usually adding a lot of extra stuff. So like I put my receiver down here. You got a little canopy for room for space. If you were going to run, if you had a different FPV setup where you needed to run a separate VTX. You could stick that on top between the battery hatch for something so small, if you will. There's a lot of space there to work with. And it had a lot of power. I only flew it on 2S the other day, but for what you're doing with this, which is mostly enjoying the flying, it's really awesome. But this one, I'm super excited about. So this one, we were going to film it the other day, but I said, filming an FPV plane when you're not doing anything with it is a little more boring. So I was waiting. Patrick, I'm going to meet up with Patrick Crowsdale again. I want him to grab anything, maybe the Flightline Corsair or something, and I want to go chase him with this. If you guys know, Alex is usually behind the sticks on our chase cam. He's chasing with a drone. And a drone is amazing because we could get those dynamic wraparound shots, but it's hard in a drone to line up on another aircraft and do formation. And also, his drone, you get what, 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
2.5 minutes, 3 minutes tops. Whereas this thing, you could fit, I'm flying this on a 4000 4S pack. And I'll show you the dart. So right now, what's cool, you see these these little foam inserts. Right now we have Alex's GoPro. This is what he uses, the GoPro 7. It's like molded to fit anywhere from a 4 to a 7 right in. So you just press it in. But if you didn't want to go with GoPro, you can, hold on a second. You take this one, you take a run cam. So and you see it'll say like run cam and it has all the options on there for you. And you pop the insert on and then it lines up in the front. So then you've got your main run cam to get the beautiful footage, but then I have a separate camera for my FPV. So I'm looking on this side when I fly it. And then with all this space, which is crazy, then this whole back part pops off. And you could have, this was an old Fat Shark setup that I had to put in this. So I have my receiver down in here. The ESC and motor's already going to be attached, but I put the VTX in the back on this part. So you have like really a ton of space, and it is super stable. I'm really impressed by it. I think what I want to do is just add a gyro, since you're trying to get the jitters out of the camera and stuff. The only thing I didn't add, and I should have, I want to put it on a gyro to really stable it out, and then make it, this will probably be our new chase cam. So for different types of chase cam, obviously I'm not going to be wrapping around planes like Alex does with this, but to line up formation, if there's two Corsairs in the air or something, you feel like you're in a third Corsair or something like that, But either way, it's got the speed to catch up with these, and it's a really nice option. I'm impressed so far by what I've seen, and a few of these, when I get a few of these EOHDs, I should have them in earlier than they get to the site. I'll do some unboxings. Maybe I'll unbox 1 or 2 live on the channel here. So we're excited about that. We're excited to partner up with ZOHD and bring these models to our site. And hopefully that's just, I'm sure Alpha will talk about this eventually, but hopefully that leads to us also expanding our FPV options as far as cameras and that works. Because you saw just recently when Patrick did that FPV T33, I bought a canopy. I'm going to be probably ripping this set out of that, putting it in a T33, because we're going to fly like, I've gotten the bug a little bit again to fly FPV, especially after flying these. So I'm excited to do it. So either way, guys, check those out. And if you're on the web pages and you're interested in any one, please click that notify me when back in stock button. It's an important button for us because it lets us know, A, that people are interested, obviously, but also helps with ordering, lets you guys know so you don't have to be sitting there waiting and refreshing the page. Just push that button and you'll get an email as soon as it comes back into, back into stock. So let me just looking through. Should interview Ari James. Is he? Ari from ZOHE is a character. Have you spoken with him, GB, on your channel? Let people know. I love that hangar tour, by the way. GB took everybody around his hangar. But this was me with the, this was a little bit of the drift the other day. So she's a nice flying aircraft. Nothing to really say. It's just 3-channel. It's only elevator and aileron.
I could fly it.
Yeah, Alex was flying it around, and he barely flies these things. But it's just a nice, stable platform. And then I was, this is me just being in the goggles, getting used to FPV again, dipping, diving, but it's got a lot of power.
Where in our field are there random
magnets,
apparently?
And it's crazy. Yeah, our field, it's funny. Like, I could fly, the same setup at a local park at no interference, but our field, I was getting a little interference in certain spots, but either way, I think this was for my first landing FPV with the drift. I was like, let's try to put it right in front of me without hitting me, and badoom, can't beat that. So either way, if you haven't tried FE West, man, you gotta give it a shot. It's different, is all I can say. It's a whole different scenario. And going back to my past and Alex, I remember when I first got into this as cameraman, editors. Without any flying experience, I never thought I'd be able to get the orientation of flying a plane. Like, the idea of it coming at you and right's not right, left's not left, like, it was always scary, and I could see a beginner out there. If you're somebody like me who, I'm a child of the 80s, I'm a child of Nintendo and N64 and PlayStation and Halo and first-person shooters, somebody put me on the sticks of a plane with FPV, and immediately I was flying around because, down is, okay, up, that makes sense. Push forward, I go down, right, left. And then so I almost started with FPV. And then when I took the goggles off, I had a better understanding when I was flying line of sight that, I remembered.
Put yourself in the cockpit.
Yeah, I was able to put myself in the cockpit. So it's just, I'm not saying that's the best way for anyone to start, but to me, it was almost the best type of simulator because you're actually in the aircraft and you're not worried about your movements. Left is always left, right is always right, and learning that way helped me.
It's really hard to dumb thumb something FPV.
Yes, yeah, right? You can't dumb thumb something. Exactly.
Which way am I? Left?
Yeah,
right?
which way? Let me just push the nose down, and if you're upside down, it just makes more sense in that respect. So, and obviously I wonder if one day they'll make an FPV setup that's 360 camera.
Oh, man.
So then, like with the virtual reality FPV goggles where you're flying and you could actually look without needing a servo pan and tilt, where you can just look all around. That would be crazy. Jeremy, welcome to the show, my man. Finally online, he said. I guess he had internet issues. But either way, guys, everybody, thank you so much for, for again joining us. And let's go to the community, man. Are you going to play the community drop? He's got the new community. GB, have you seen this yet? You're like front and center.
You're right there, GB.
It's like right there. Look at him. In the wind.
All right, who we starting
with?
We're
starting on Hobby Squawk. Let's start with LB. So LB is a Squawk member for a long time. I think I shared his in-progress shots 2 weeks ago of this F-18, and he's got... What did he call it there? That's the VFA 41 Black Aces, and it's the CAG bird. This thing looks absolutely awesome. It's great to see, a model that obviously doesn't get as much attention now with the MiG and the Gripen, and the airliners came after it. So it's always awesome to go back and see somebody who's, still got to get their F-18 going. But I love the weathering work he did on it.
Amazing.
What he did to the gear, even like the Tammy Stanfill Seller of the Year, like the decals, it all looks so real. And then the pilot in there, look at the pilot. That's so funny. The pilot in the cockpit has like the Hang 10 on. Like, he really went hard on this, and unbelievable for the Black Ace, and with the ace on top and on the tail, like, excellent work. It almost doesn't look real in a sense. So unbelievable.
It almost looks too real.
Yeah, it looks too real. That's the problem. It actually looks real. So it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those ones that I'd love to see one day in real life.
This is the breakdown of what he did at the end?
Yeah, and then he added a breakdown. So he wrote it. Yeah, that's funny. He wrote it and shared it as an image. What does it say here? Yeah, full 9-color repaint, including intakes. Like, I'll leave that up there for a couple seconds. And he's so funny. I think that's everything, but geez, it's been quite the adventure. All the best, LB. I love that. That's really funny. So, LB, good on you. Hopefully, I don't know if LB's ever watches the show. He's just he's a full-on forum guy. You can always find him on the forum. But good job there, LB. Then we got Fast Phil, SoCal Bob S. I went to the tank forum part because I still love looking at these tanks. And he has a modified Sherman which just looks absolutely fantastic. From what he said, he bought this one and it had snow paint on it, so he fully repainted it. I don't even know which brand of Sherman this is. It might be the Henlong one, but a lot of them look so similar. But it's tough. But if you notice on our tanks soon, we do have some Tamiya tanks coming as well. So we're expanding the tank line, and eventually that Henlong shipment is going to appear. I know, guys, they went out of stock so fast, but that was one of the factories that just COVID was rough in that area where that factory was, so it took them a while to get back up and going. So I know all the tank stuff will eventually be coming. Just bear with us on that. Oh, and then, well, let's go to Fast Phil, because he was also in the tank. This is his backyard, so he just sets up scenes with his tanks, which is absolutely fantastic. I love this, and he's got like characters sitting on the wings, like they're all just hanging out for lunch. I feel like, like something like Forrest Gump when they show up at the camp, guys are just hanging out. But I don't know why a cowboy would be sitting on there and fuel drums on top, but it looks awesome. Either way, I love the detail there, and Phil is a good squawker as well. So now, this is where, so part of this is going to be in Facebook, but if you guys notice, Top Gun was this week, and they added a EDF class. Now, I believe there were maybe 2 different EDF awards. I'm not sure how it worked, but Slow Flight, I don't know his first name, but he apparently won the EDF category, at least the flying portion, with his customized AL-37 P-8 Poseidon, and that is his trophy right there for the EDF, first place in the EDF class. And then a little later on, you'll see Jerry. We'll get to him in a little bit. He's in the Facebook realm, but he said his MiG-29, like he got, I know Top Gun, they give trophies, and then they also give these really cool propeller clocks. It looks amazing. It looks like something you give your wife in like a jewelry box. You open it up, it's like a clock propeller, and he won for the MiG-29. So I know Top Gun might not have been as big as it normally is, but I believe there were about 12 or 13 participants, but they finally decided to add EDFs into Top Gun. So that's a really big thing, and it just speaks to how far EDFs have come over the past. And I assume now a lot of the guys who go there might as well start getting EDFs and customize them like that. I don't see how that F-18 that we just saw from LB wouldn't be right up there with his with that. But I did see a lot of obviously Freewing representation were in the EDF jet class, and I would hope so. I would think there aren't too many other places you're going to go for EDF jets, but that's it was awesome to see. So we're super stoked about that, and hopefully next year, I mean, this year has just been such a wash with events. Hopefully next year we can start getting out and going to these things and doing it right. So moving right along, if you guys remember RC Boat Dude, RC Sub Dude, Steve Hodges, he's got that big Ohio-ish sub that he calls it, but those are 10-foot long 2x4s, and he's got it strung out there like while he was painting it like a shark. Yeah, like his catch of the day. This is his fully customized submarine, and I think he's got all sorts of 3D parts. I believe the majority of the hull is a PVC tube that he used to like outfit it. Either way,
that picture really shows
unbelievable.
The
yeah,
unfinished basement.
And then in there, unfinished basement, he just hangs it from there. It looks unbelievable. You got to skin it and move it in. So yeah, looks. He's just like bleeding it out right there, just waiting to go cook it later. But either way, I love seeing this. He keeps updating that thread on Hobby Squawk, and it's well worth a follow to see his progress, because he does some excellent detail. And he said next things next is obviously paint, decals, and some weathering and such. But looking awesome. Then I just saw a couple other ones in the we have a thread. What'd you fly today? Mad Baron. He's a big squawker for years. He's been out there, so he had his custom Tiger Cat along with the OV-10. So thank you for sharing that. Love to see the two twins coming together, and I believe that's it. So just remember guys, if you want to get anything definitely on the show, this is where you want to go in Hobby Squawk. Scroll down. You're going to scroll down to like the what's it called? The general selection. And you see we have a whole thread dedicated to the live show. So you could drop ideas. But in this thread is where people are posting. You see LB posted in there. If you definitely want to appear on the show, then drop your pictures, videos, your links, whatever it is, a YouTube video. Drop it in there, and it'll definitely get up there if it gets into that forum thread. So that link is also in the description, and we appreciate everybody who pops it through there. It makes it easier than me trying to find it, because a lot of times it's just from my normal searching, answering questions. I just pop up on things and said, that's really cool. Let's toss that in the show. That looks awesome. But either way. Yeah, right? Wesley Miller. Looks like he had a deer with the way it's up. Yeah, exactly. Like you just like skinned it. Just let it bleed out. Then we'll figure this out later. But then moving on to Facebook. And we had a lot going on Facebook. Actually, let's start with Matthias. These are some of the most beautiful pictures of the Flightline OV10. They are so sharp. The composition on them is unbelievable. Anybody who came across these, really, I don't know, he must be a photographer or had a photographer at the field when he did it. But these are, it's not easy to catch a plane, to be that close, to be that in focus, with the perfect lighting. And one thing about trying to take pictures of a plane with a high wing and a twin boom, like it casts a lot of shadows down onto the fuselage. Like me and Alex ran into those problems where, the sun has to be in the right spot to get the right pictures of these things. And either way, I'm so happy to see these pop up. They look awesome, and I want to get a couple of those onto the website as well. They definitely look better than the pictures we took of it, and can't beat that. Then just recently, about 10 minutes before we went live, did you guys see Paul Boyle already has gone hard on his Gripen? So he just posted this updated picture. We saw that about 10 minutes before we started the show, and Alex was like, yep, we're throwing it in there. But that looks unbelievable. So he must have gotten his a couple days ago, because that definitely takes some time back and forth. And I have no idea off the top of my head what scheme he's after or who's it, what Air Force it's from. I don't know if he even posted those stats on there yet, or what the finished product is going to look like. But that looks awesome.
The timing really. Like
Green Splinter for the win.
4 days ago. Like the amount of work that takes, that's awesome.
He knew what he was going to do right when he got it, and that looks unbelievable. So, kind of looks like, well, no, I guess not. Like the SU, like the Su 35, right?
The pizza plane.
The pizza plane,
Pontiac,
but a little cooler. The one that everybody seemed to get mad at me for having, even though I love it. But that is going to be a sexy Gripen. So I hope he goes, get some video of that eventually. Anders, you got one too. I see you in there. Are you and your son going to fly it? Are you going to let him fly it? I would love to see that as well. So, you better put him on the sticks. Little man needs to fly the Gripen. Then let's go to, so then Rob Thomas. You guys might know Rob Thomas. He posts a lot of cool customizations. He posted a little squad challenge, I think, on Monday or Sunday, and had everybody start posting just all their planes. But these are his customized planes, and that is the MiG-29 in the top right there. Go to the next pic. He's got a few of them. I think that's the first fully completed, brand new MiG scheme that I've seen, and he does some absolutely excellent work. And again, guys, anybody who's watching this show, if I understand people don't like Facebook or whatnot, but I don't like it either. Make a
burner just to get into the
make a burner account just to join the customer community. Like I go on Facebook, and all I'm involved in on Facebook are RC groups. I eliminate everything else from my feed, and all I get bombarded with when I go on there is RC. And for that fact is why I love it. That's why I love the customer community, because I love that people share this type of stuff. But then he posted up, so he posted this, and then a lot of people started commenting, and here are just some rapid fire squad pictures. I'm sorry, the names of everybody aren't in here. I think that's Vic. Vic is definitely going to appear in here, but Alex did this slideshow thing, so it eliminated my ability to call out their names on here. But look at all these aircraft that people that people go with.
I love that one.
This one, yeah, this was sung somebody just A10s. I'm like, that's his squad. So yeah, a lot of Burt happening over there. A whole family of A10s. I believe this is Victor Shamulus right here. He's got his Iranian F-14. He's got the MiG now. His F-18, the F-22. Looking good. That is William Jackson. You could tell by the glassed bodies in the back. I know that A10 and those Trojans he has too. And he also posted an update, if you remember last week. He's working on a MiG canopy upgrade. So I saw he posted an update where he finally worked it out. So I'm sure sooner rather than later we're going to be seeing the final version of that, which is cool. And then just some more. I don't know how many more go through. But some of these look great. That's an F4. I like the shots. People just bringing out what they have in their hangar. And one day I'll turn the camera back around in here and
do a little MTV Cribs action.
Do a little MTV Cribs on here. That would be so funny.
That's some nice racks.
Oh yeah, and then this, not only the racks, but I love the garage floor too.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that in my garage, but that stuff is expensive to lay on the ground, but it beats painting it. And then we got a heli squad. Somebody's like, the heck with your aircraft, your planes. That's a real squad. So love seeing that as well. And I love even this guy. I'm gonna stand behind it. I'm sorry I had all their names on here, but
blame me.
Sorry, blame Alex for this one. But either way, love the standing behind a squad. And then we're back to Rob Thomas. So Rob, it's cool. I love when people throw out challenges like that in a way, because it gets everybody involved. Then we had Jonas. He got his Gripen, and it looks like he also still has his old Eurofighter. So he just took a picture of both of them together. So, from what once was to what is now. Thought that was cool. And then here's Jerry McGee, guys. That's Jerry on the left. So this is an award he won for his MiG-29. And Frank Sciano, who I believe is the Zap, he founded Zap Glue, I believe, or something like that. But he runs Top Gun as well, and, he presents these awards. So if anybody can, tell me in the comments. Again, I don't know too much about Top Gun off the top of my head, but that's him with his winning MiG-29. So
getting torn apart. It was a Viggen, not the Eurofighter.
That was a Viggen. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. That was the Viggen. My bad. Euro guys, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I don't know my European planes as much as I should. So even better. So it wasn't a discontinued model of ours, I guess. It was just a Viggen that he had. But you could say whose it is. But either way, so he's got two Viggen. I think, is he the one? He might have been the one. Somebody posted a video that everybody was talking about of their Viggen in one of the groups. And everybody's complaining because it had like a 5-bladed fan on it. So it sounded like the original EDFs with the 5-bladed fans that really just sounded full on hairdryer. Like it was like that was the original. People had to deal with that sound when EDFs were first starting. But either way, so Jerry McGee, congratulations on that. And we want to see where Top Gun goes with the EDF class. It's just amazing that the MiG, good looking bird. We're happy to see that. Not only the MiG, but then a customized AL-37 took home, I guess, 2 of the EDF challenges, if you will. That were there. So, that's always exciting. And we definitely pass these pictures on to Freewing. They don't get to see this kind of stuff. So I know they're all stoked about it too, because that's they make these planes out of love, of course. Then we saw Frode. So when he got his, and am I saying that right? Full Frode Gulbranson? Or is it Frode? Or is it Frode? I throw Frode out there with my...
What are the phonetics?
Yeah, phonetics. Write it phonetically, because I just throw it out there in my awful American... Frode.
Fruity.
I'm not saying Frode. Is it Frode or Frode? Jan's got to get me on this, because now I want to know. Somebody's got to do it. Frode. Does that sound right?
No, that's horrible, James.
No, that's horrible. Of course it's horrible. Of course it's horrible. I've got a terrible New York accent mixed with Boston, mixed with just my Americanized. It just gets more awful from here. I'm actually better on camera than I am off camera. But so either way. But there they are. I think that's Jen. Is that you on the right there, my friend? That's with your MiG-29 and with the Gripen together at that looks like the field that the RC Tommy videos come out of with that gorgeous backdrops. So either way, looks absolutely awesome. Worst pick ever. But, these guys were the first ones again. I'm happy that, the Gripen actually got to the EU first. It was nice to see everybody there get a chance to, get some shine, especially on a European. These two birds were coming as, again, because we are more than just, a U.S. company now. We're a global company. We have an EU store. So it was time to, hit our EU family with two brand new, back-to-back Freewing jets that people seem to love, and it looks like more coming from other people as well. So either way, it looks like the EU is about to get dumped on with a lot of good jets, but I'm sure we'll eventually get some more US jets coming back. So US friends, don't fret, my friend. 2020 is not over. Then we got Frederick. Oh man, I'm so terrible with these. Now it's in my head that I can't say it. Frederick Wergland. I'm gonna say Wergland. I like that. He had his Gripen out there. Just a couple pictures of his Gripen. A couple nice shots in the air. Either way, again, not easy to film. If that was taken from a cell phone, good enough for us. And then Alejandro Abanez. This is Air Guardian. I'm gonna say Alejandro. I'm not going with the rest. I'm not doing this today. But there he is. You saw him flying at the beginning. That was his maiden, his second flight. And again, check out Air Guardian because he's gonna get obviously so much more. Oh, but he also did this. He did some cockpit work right away on his plane. Looks like you added a light and a whole display in it. You did some work inside the cockpit, which is awesome. So I don't know, did you 3D print those or did you just make it yourself? But either way, hopefully, I'm assuming Thingiverse will start popping up with all sorts of 3DP parts and sets. That's another thing. Anybody who has 3D printers, you want to jump on Thingiverse and just type in Freewing, and the amount of stuff you see in there is unbelievable. Anybody who flies in general, or does any sort of modeling, you should get on a 3D printer and figure it out, and you can make so much stuff for your aircraft, for your tanks, for your boats, whatever. There's so much stuff out there to work with. So thanks either way for sharing that, and I believe that does it for Facebook. So we're going to move on to the YouTube, and wow, we're at 12:40 already. Time just flies when you're mispronouncing people's names and saying the wrong planes and just having an all-around awful live experience. I'm sorry, guys. But a couple things. So again, actually, let's start with Timmy Touton. I don't know if Tim's here, but he posted, if you remember, he had the RC Geek has a randomizer that you could put on a servo. I guess I never played with that myself, but he has it on his MiG now. And you want to turn the sound up for this one.
Want the sound up? All right.
Because after he shows the head turning, so that's a randomizer, he's got a sound system in his MiG that makes it sound pretty darn awesome. And here it comes. So they should be hearing this. I can't hear it. But I don't play it for too long. But either way, I believe it's the same sound system. I believe it's the same sound system that Justin Lamb put on his as well. I think it's Model Ink Sound, if I'm getting that correct. But either way, looks absolutely awesome, Tim, and he's about to get set to do his maiden as well on his MiG. And also, while we have the MiG in there, go with Jan. So I believe this is on Frode Gobranson's channel. This is where it wasn't on RC Tommy's channel, but I got your name right in there. Go follow him. You'll be able to see the whole flight. This is just, a couple cuts of Jan. I believe this was your maiden flight as well. And Jan, from what we know, is, a nice, smooth pilot. And yeah, I was going to say, it gets a little blurry out there, like not as crisp as the footage you're getting on RC Tommy's channel. But either way, it's not about that. You want to watch these videos because a lot of people just want to see how they fly. And you want to see the sticks of somebody who knows. And look at that landing. I mean, I don't care if that's out of focus or not. That looks Fantastic. Ah, RC Tommy, was it that same flight? So did you allow Frodo to beat you on the jump? That would make me so aggravated. If it's the same, are we going to see the same flight just better? If that's how it goes? Well, why don't you guys just all jump in RC Tommies and just turn yourselves into the European connection over there? You guys look like you have 3 good personalities there, 3 good pilots. So, you know, you could build that channel up real fast if you keep flying the way you guys do. So then we could go to RC Tommy. I believe it's, yes. So this is I'm not saying it anymore. This is the Maiden on the Griffen. Frenetically. But either way, like the crisp, I love the location too. You guys obviously benefit from no trees nearby. But, you know, this is a maiden flight. And, you know, the Gripen, I don't know if you guys can attest to, but the second it took off the ground, it's one of those planes that I just felt, oh, okay. You know, it's like, sort of like, to me, it was like the L-39. When Alpha was telling me it's an Avanti. You know. And then here's his landing. So a maiden, buttery smooth landing. I just love the distance between the subject and, like, all those trees. Like, our trees are so close, but they've got, like, that hill in the background. And look at that flare right at the end. That, everybody there, if you hear the, if you turn up the sound, everybody was clapping and gave him a, you know, gave him a show. But that was awesome, man. That was a great, fantastic, well done. And where is that field again? You know, what part of the world? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm forgetting. What part of the world are you guys in? You know, call out your field in the, you know, in your town and everything in the chat box. But either way, I love what you guys are doing over there, and I'll look forward to seeing Jan's flight on the better camera, because you're competing with us over here. I think we filmed pretty darn good as far as focus goes and stuff. Ah, they're in Norway. Nice. Love it.
Kongsberg.
Are you trying to pronounce something from there? Don't do that right now. We're not prepared for this. You know, the pronunciation just doesn't work today. Yeah, not working. But all right, guys. So about 15 minutes left to go. So I want to show you. So as you guys know, I am not a sailor yet, but I've been out now a couple times. Had the quick fire over here, and I have the sports sail there. So yesterday, if you want to play this footage, I'll talk over, or 2 days ago, we got out with the boats, and this was just, I was driving both of them, while Alex had the Mavic in the sky, and I just thought that was a sweet shot. We took him out to the lake, but we had a perfect day to finally do it, where well, in this shot, the water was going from full glass to this minor chop, but it was like 2 to 5 mile per hour winds, with about 8 mile per hour gusts tops. But we had a great time, and we decided, you know, obviously filming a sailboat might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm telling you, I've had so much fun playing with these and trying to figure out the perfect point in the wind. So you'll see in a second, Alex did a great job on this edit, and we're going to release it next week. But for anybody who hasn't sailed, you'll see this graphic pop up. This shows you, you know, close hold, reach, beam reaches. This is basically the orientations you're looking for when you're trying to sail. You can't sail directly into the wind. So I studied this, I went out, and then this is the type of video that we decided to do. I didn't see a video like this where you could see the arrow in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm trying to explain to people as I sail the boat, the exact position I'm in and what I'm looking for as I sail around. So you'll see as I'm moving, like right now, I'm close hulled, and the wind, I'm basically at a 1 o'clock position to where the wind is coming. But then you can sort of reach. You can easily sail perpendicular to the wind. So that's when your sails get more blown perpendicular to the hull. And these diagrams are everywhere. We didn't make up that diagram, but Alex had the wherewithal to say, let me just put an arrow in the middle of it and, you know, and spin around. But that actually my favorite. You would think you'd be fastest in a sailboat when the wind's at your back, right? Not necessarily the case. I think you get faster when you're close hauled, because then you're just something about it. I can't explain why. But you'll see, like, I prefer, though, the looks of the sailboat when I'm in the running position, because then your jib goes one way, your other boom goes completely the opposite, and I feel like, you know, the Black Pearl as you're cruising across the lake. But we got some great spots. We got some great lake spots to do this here, and either way, I'm excited to get this video. It's about a 9-minute long video. You know, I show you how to tighten up the rigging at the beginning and such. But that boat catches the wind like, you know, awesome in the sport sail as well. The white one, both of them make for just a fun experience. It's a different experience. I can't really explain it, but when you catch your groove, when you hit that wind, you can just let it go, and it's really fun about it. And
it's kind of like watching golf.
It's like, yeah.
You know, as a golfer, when you watch golf, you're like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
not a golfer, you're like, okay.
Okay.
But
when
it's
like
actually sounding, you handed me the sticks, I had great.
Yeah.
This is great. Let's race.
Yeah, let's race. Exactly. That's where I want to get. Like, I know there are some boating clubs around here. I got to find these guys. And now that I've been doing that, I want to race with some pylons out in the lake and see how we can do it.
I'm the windmaster.
I'm the windmaster. But either way, that was really... it's really, really awesome. I'm excited about it. It's funny, like, you know, when we first announced the boats years ago, I figured, I want the warships. I want the warships. Like, the sailboats were the type of thing that I didn't really pay attention to. But now that I got them and I've sort of figured it out, it's not hard. You know, I mean, obviously, I'd never built a sailboat until I built these two. And I assembled. I didn't build anything. I'm sorry. I put it together. But, you know, they're ready to run. They're well worth the fun when you're there. And Lori, Bancroft boats, they should be there soon. I mean, that container left the same time as ours, but that's a whole different factory than our airplane factories and stuff. So it gets there when it gets there. We can't, you know, we're in crazy shipping times, as I said. But they are definitely on their way, is all I can tell you. But right now I'm live, so I have no way to check to be sure. But jump in Hobby Squawk. We have guys in there always asking, or contact customer service. They might have an even better answer for you. Pete over in the EU customer service department. He's a good guy, and he will help you out for sure. And then lastly, actually, I guess I deleted it. Show some jet power, man. Did you put the jet power in there?
So let's have some fun taking her for a run in the sun with the jet power racing boat.
I got so lucky. I got so lucky. I almost hit that stick, but we were having a blast with the jet powered boat. So you saw maybe about 2 weeks ago, we did the swordfishes we got, which are more standard fare boats. They've got the propeller, they got stabilizers coming off the bottom, so you can't like hit jumps and stuff. With a jet powered boat, there's nothing underneath it. I was beaching it on purpose. I was really being rough with it. We found that waterlogged stick that we just tossed out in the lake. And, you know, we were just hitting. Now I need like pool noodles and stuff to get out there. Like, it was unbelievable. And then we were just trying to get some nice slow-mo shots of this jump. I wasn't perfect. Sometimes I would just miss the jump entirely. It is 100% harder to drive a boat like this. It's more sensitive, if you will. Like if you're going full throttle and you try to turn too fast, you're just gonna 360 and spin out. Like you really got to be on it. It's so different than than a regular boat. But either way, it's a blast. We had a lot of fun with the jet power boat. I got wet going out and grabbing it a couple times. I tried to go through some muck. You know, we're seeing how the whole point was to bash those things around. So anyway, what you saw, all videos that are going to be coming in the following weeks. As I said, I got out with the F86 high performance, so that video is going to be coming soon. And I went out with the 262 again. And then next week, I'm hoping to finish the P47, at least have it built up, but I'm still waiting on my props. So that could take a little while before that gets here, but I don't know where the show is going to be next week, but either way, we'll figure out some more to do. We got some good thing. Anything you guys want to see me pull out and out of the dungeons behind me. I'm looking at what's hanging because I can't wait to get out and fly again next week. And either way, and looking forward to joining you guys all again on Friday. So we got 5 minutes, as I see here. So this is the closing Q&A portion. Let's chat a little bit. I'm here, so I see Will Motion RC have Black Friday sales. Nix, that's not really our thing. You know, in the past, we've had November sales at times, but, you know, like, we believe in the product we sell. We believe it's priced right, and, you know, we just never got caught up in that. You know, what can I say? I wouldn't hold your breath for anything on our end. You know, November's just another month in, you know, in the RC group, you know, in the RC world for us. So no, I wouldn't hold my breath for anything like that. We believe in everything we sell, and you know, it's there. If it's there, go take it. Because one thing we've noticed about, I don't know about you guys, but I have other hobbies on my own, but it seems like everywhere you go, things are just out of stock. Like, you can't rent an RV, you can't, like, everybody in this time of COVID and, you know, it seems like everybody has gotten into hobbies just in general, and you know, it's hard to find things. Obviously, you know, between shipping stuff, but I know there's certain stores, and you go in and it's just like it's been empty for months on certain things I like, so it's crazy. But you don't like that you called the Saab Viggen for a Eurofighter. Ah! Sorry. The Viggen. And I should have known it was a Viggen, but like, honestly, though, I don't see Viggens, like real ones, obviously. I've never seen a real one in real life. But I remember Flight Test had that Viggen, and George would always fly it around like the made-up one. I should have known. It's a pretty distinct shape. You know, I would have known a Viggen more than a Gripen had you talked to me a little while back. But either way. Like to do something with the new Dauntless. Great, Scott. That's a good question. I definitely want to send myself a, you know, one of the new batch of Nexa planes, but it usually tends to be, I'll probably send one that doesn't, you know, the Dauntless is pretty popular, I will say, because, you know, there's always that one that catches people's eye off the bat. So I don't know if a Dauntless is going to come my way, because I don't think I need to, you know, it needs me. I would love to build that one, but I'm actually kind of interested in the P-38 now that I would love to fly a big twin, like the OV-10 I have from Nexa. I kind of like the P-38 in that batch, but I still want that the twin Mustang. That's the Nexa one that's just caught my eye. So I want to finish the P-47 that I have going on, and then I'll go to another Nexa one. So.
There, Chris is about to hear you, but look at his comment.
Chris, there it is, an idea for an unboxing about the Nexa P-38. I told you, P-38 would be, I would love to see that one. So that might be one that I get in my hands, but I'll talk with Alpha about it and figure out which one I go. And I definitely want to unbox a Nexa plane before you. I don't know if I ever did a Nexa unboxing live on here. Maybe the Tiger Moth?
Oh, yeah, I think you did.
Did I unbox it here and then built it up? But that one went together really quickly, and I'm excited about that. Can you scroll up? Oh no, I gotta scroll up. I'm seeing if did I miss a question here? I got this. There we go. I got my mouse. I'm looking at this. Watching this after the live. Hi, random person watching this after the live show is over. Why didn't you feature my FPV chase video with the F-14 and T-33? Birkin, oh man, did you share that in Facebook? I saw it, and I feel like I had selected it, and then I forgot to download it. I will get you, I saw it personally, and it's awesome, and I saw so many of the comments were directed at how awesome it was. I will get that, I promise that'll be on here next week. Or if you want to do one even better, now that you know it's on my mind, I'll get it up here. B25 West, keep dreaming. Black Horse, Mountain RC, what a Black Horse with a question mark. What does that mean? We got, you know, Black Horse is there. I love Black Horse. That's at P47. I will update you guys when it goes. Yeah, John VHRC, I unboxed the Zero, the P47, and that P40, and I'm still waiting to get in touch. We got to link up. It's hard to link up with somebody who has a real job and, you know, to set a time to fly and film. But either way, Vic, how are you? There he is. Hopefully I'll have my graphics back soon from Cali to finish up the 29. So Vic's working on a 29, which is awesome. He saw it. Right wing RC. I saw it, man. You are 100% famous. You're more famous than I am, and I'm not famous at all. Possibility of pre-ordering TV upgrades. Air Guardian, I don't know if they'll do a pre-order for those. We never really, I don't think we've ever pre-ordered anything that wasn't an aircraft or a, you know, a full product, if you will. I don't think we do it for products like that. But that's why I said get on the notify me when back in stock button. As you might, if you go back to the old video we did, I think it was the 5th show we did when we did the factory tour. We showed you the molds, right? Like the molds could be a barn door, if you will, and all the pieces for the plane are in there. So take the Gripen. That's going to have everything, but the TV unit, they weren't finalized yet on what they were going to do with that. So that was the fact that they went to a fully foam mold means they made a separate mold just for those. As you could imagine, TV is probably, I would say maybe 2 out of 10 people are going to buy the TV unit as for the regular. So you don't want to have that as a part of the mold and spit out a bunch of pieces that you just might not sell. So, the TV unit type of thing, if they sell and people want them, Freewing's going to produce the heck out of them. But jump on the notify me when back in stock list. I don't know if you're going to have to worry about them going out of stock too fast or something. I feel like a lot of people who want TV, they want it and they know why they want it. But I think TV is the type of thing people are going to need to see you guys fly it. Justin flew that. I think Justin flew it great on our video. But I understand you're watching a Motion RC video. Some people out there just don't believe what we're, don't believe that we're flying. It's CG. It's all CG. It's all CG. If you don't want to trust us, that's fine. That's why we hope, when you see Air Guardian whipping his around with TV or Jan or other people, then that makes you pull the trigger. Either way, it's up to you. But, as soon as I get here, I promise, as soon as I know an ETA, I'll jump in Hobby Squawk. I won't leave you guys hanging in there, and I'll let you guys know here. But either way, don't let a little foam tack stop you from flying your Gripen as it is. This is not going to be hard to remove, and it's not going anywhere. No wind is even hitting this on the plane in the back. Like, you're going to be, it's fine. Because again, we have the TV units installed with just glue. I have no glue here. It's a screw through here, and the TV actually has some weight to it, and that's how we flying it, and it's hanging right above my head as I speak. So there you have it, guys. 1 o'clock already from November 5th, the start of November. So what do we got? 7 more shows before it's Christmas and New Year, which is insane. And we started this live show January 1st. First week of January was when this live show started. That was the plan. So we are almost hitting 1 year. So maybe we need some sort of 1 year idea for shows, but the show is for you guys. It's not about me. So maybe we have to have something that wraps around you guys sharing, get in, share. That was my challenge. So before I get out of here, a highlight video. Last year Alex put together a great highlight video, but last year we went to a lot of places. We met with a lot of people. Obviously this year, if we try to put a highlight video together, it's going to be our field, and me flying, and, obviously Patrick's in it. Justin came out. But I'd rather, for this year, I want to do a highlight video that's you guys. So if anything, the link in the description of Hobby Squawk, whatever your best stuff is of this year, your best one, whatever you think your best one video is, how about you start sharing that stuff in there, and we're going to put together a customer 2020 highlight reel, because regardless of how 2020 was outside of it, I know 2020 was the same for just about anyone on the days you were out at your field flying RC. Because when I'm flying RC, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just loving what I'm doing at that moment. I know you guys are too. So share your stuff. Make sure you let us know how you want to be labeled in that video. But I'll put out some stuff. We'll make up some stuff maybe in the next week or so. And
I'll put out my demands.
Well, I'll have Alex put out his editing demands for you guys. But, your best stuff. I want no vertical footage. If you filmed it vertical on your phone, get it out of here. Hold your phone horizontal.
I want raw sound, no music.
Raw sound, no music. Don't send us edited clips. Upload your best stuff. And then Alex will make an awesome highlight video. Because, again, We appreciate all you guys for even joining us. The fact that we had 150 people in here just hanging out on a random Friday afternoon is unbelievable. So either way, guys, thank you so much, as usual, for joining me. Tons of videos coming out next week, so have a fantastic weekend. All you U.S. guys, get those Gripens unboxed, get filming them, and all the EU guys, start pushing them to the limits. Either way, we'll see you next week, as always, right here at 12 o'clock next Friday. And thank you so much for joining us at Motion RC. Bye, guys.